Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Sharon's dangerous quest to find Noah takes a dark turn. Want more of The Young and the Restless? Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease that Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, is headed for deadly danger as she follows Noah Newman's, Lucas Adams, trail. Ever since Sharon got to Los Angeles and found out her son had been in a serious wreck, she's been in a mess of fearful emotions. Sharon's had too many deadly déjà vu fears concerning her children as of late. Sharon has endured far too many hospital stays due to her children's car accidents, but this particular incident stands out as it's not just a straightforward mishap. There's a more complex backstory hidden beneath the surface, prompting Sharon to seek answers to her pressing questions. Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, has been attempting to unravel the situation through discussions with Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun, yet he hasn't made much progress thus far. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Soon, it will be Sharon's opportunity to delve deeper into the troubling circumstances surrounding Noah, which almost led to his demise, but she too will encounter danger. Detective Burrow, Matt Cohen, is acting suspiciously and is clearly withholding information from Noah's parents, but he does seem to be correct about the fact that Noah was deliberately forced off the road. What is this? Someone could try to take out Sharon if she gets too close to exposing the real truth. If Sharon gets too close to uncovering the truth, it's entirely possible that someone might try to do the same thing to her. However, there's also the chance that she could become a target in a different manner as her quest for answers intensifies. The reality is that, according to Y&R spoilers, Sharon is bound to encounter some perilous situations. We will witness her efforts to piece together what transpired with Noah, which may land her in a frightening predicament as a consequence. Will Sharon narrowly evade her own dark destiny? Might this situation lead her to cross paths with Sienna's husband, Mitch Bacall, Roger Howarth? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Sharon's dangerous quest to find Noah takes a dark turn. Genoa City is about to face a storm darker than anyone could imagine as Sharon Newman's life spirals into a web of danger, deceit, and despair. In a shocking twist that will leave fans on the edge of their seats, Sharon's quest to find her missing son, Noah Newman, becomes a perilous journey that could cost her everything, including her sanity. As The Young and the Restless unfolds this emotional storyline, viewers will see Sharon pushed to her breaking point, uncovering sinister secrets that have been buried for. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Years. The story begins when Sharon receives a cryptic message, an untraceable text from an unknown number simply reading, "He's not who you think he is." At first, Sharon dismisses it as spam, but the message is followed by a photo that chills her to the bone. It's Noah, appearing frightened, standing in a dark alley with unfamiliar faces lurking behind him. Panic surges through her veins as she realizes that Noah might be in serious trouble, possibly entangled in something much darker than a simple disappearance. As Sharon starts digging, she discovers that Noah hasn't been seen in weeks, not by Mariah, not by Tessa, and not even by his father, Nick Newman. The family is stunned, and tensions rise as they question why Sharon kept the strange message secret for days. But Sharon's instincts tell her that this isn't a case for the police, it's personal. Determined to uncover the truth, she sets off on her own, retracing Noah's last known steps. Her search leads her to a shadowy art collective that Noah was rumored to be working with abroad. When she visits their local contact, she finds more questions than answers. Mysterious disappearances, hidden identities, and whispers of illegal activity swirl around the organization, and Sharon realizes Noah might have stumbled upon something dangerous, something that powerful people want to keep hidden. Meanwhile, Nick grows desperate to protect Sharon, fearing she's walking straight into a trap. But Sharon refuses to back down. Her mother's intuition is screaming that Noah is still alive, and she'll stop at nothing to bring him home. However, her obsession begins to worry those closest to her. Mariah pleads with her to rest, but Sharon becomes increasingly paranoid, convinced she's being followed. Strange cars appear outside her house. Anonymous notes are slipped under her door warning her to let it go. Still, Sharon presses on, even when Ray's old contacts in law enforcement warn her that the group Noah was investigating could be tied to human trafficking and art smuggling. In one chilling moment, Sharon receives a late-night phone call from an unknown voice whispering, "He found something he shouldn't have." That clue leads her to a secluded warehouse on the outskirts of Genoa City, a place that could hold the "Please subscribe and like the video before continuing" answers she's been seeking. What she doesn't know is that someone close to her is working against her. Rumors suggest that Adam Newman may be connected to Noah's disappearance in ways even he doesn't fully understand. Perhaps Noah got too close to uncovering one of Adam's business secrets, or maybe someone is framing Adam to destroy the Newman family from within. The tension between Nick and Adam reignites, with Sharon caught in the middle. As the investigation deepens, Sharon begins experiencing disturbing flashbacks and dreams, blurring the line between reality and fear. Her mental health starts to deteriorate, and fans can't help but wonder if her bipolar disorder is resurfacing, or if someone is deliberately trying to gaslight her. Phyllis Summers, ever the skeptic, thinks Sharon is chasing ghosts, while Victor Newman quietly launches his own investigation behind the scenes, determined to protect the family name and legacy. But Victor's involvement could complicate things further, especially when his methods begin to clash with Sharon's emotional approach. Soon, the trail leads Sharon to Europe, where she finds a small village outside Florence that Noah was last seen visiting. There, she meets a woman who claims to know Noah and reveals a terrifying truth. Noah had uncovered a conspiracy involving stolen art, black market trades, and fake identities. When he tried to expose it, he vanished. Sharon's determination hardens into resolve. She vows to finish what her son started, even if it means confronting a criminal organization with deep pockets and ruthless enforcers. Back in Genoa City, Nick receives word that Sharon has gone missing overseas. Now it's a race against time as he and Chance Chancellor team up to find her before it's too late. Meanwhile, Mariah and Tessa discover hidden files on Noah's laptop, encrypted evidence that could blow the case wide open. But unlocking them may also put a target on their backs. As the story nears its climax, Sharon's life hangs in the balance. She finds herself captured by the same people who took Noah, only to learn the shocking truth. Noah was working undercover for a private organization to expose the art smuggling ring. He faked his disappearance to protect his family, but when "Please subscribe and like the video before continuing" Sharon started searching for him, it exposed his cover, putting both of them in grave danger. In a heart-pounding finale, Sharon and Noah reunite just as the operation goes wrong. Explosions, betrayals, and a final showdown with the ring's ruthless leader test Sharon's strength like never before. In the aftermath, Noah is safe, but Sharon's trauma lingers. Her bravery earns her the admiration of Genoa City, but the darkness she faced leaves scars that won't easily heal. As the Newmans come together, one thing becomes clear: Sharon's love for her children knows no bounds, but her quest for truth may have forever changed her. The Young and the Restless promises an emotional and intense arc that reminds viewers why Sharon remains one of the show's most resilient heroines. Her journey through fear, faith, and family will grip fans from start to finish, proving that in Genoa City, even the strongest hearts can break, but love always finds a way to heal. Sharon's had too many deadly déjà vu fears concerning her children. As of late, Sharon Newman has been through her fair share of heartbreaks on The Young and the Restless, but lately, something darker seems to be haunting her, an unshakable sense of déjà vu that has her fearing for her children's lives all over again. For years, Sharon has fought to overcome tragedy, mental health battles, and the shadows of her past, but the pain she's endured as a mother has left deep emotional scars. Now, as eerie parallels begin surfacing between her current anxieties and the traumas of her past, Sharon's worst fears are being reawakened in ways that even she can't fully understand. It all started subtly. A dream here, a strange coincidence there. But as time went on, Sharon began to notice a chilling pattern. Each of her children seemed to be caught in circumstances that mirrored painful moments from her past. Noah, Mariah, and Faith have all faced recent turmoil that's left Sharon increasingly paranoid, feeling like she's reliving a nightmare she's experienced before. Sharon's maternal instincts are screaming that something is terribly wrong, and fans can't help but wonder if these fears are signs of something bigger, or if Sharon's mind is slipping back into darkness. Sharon's déjà vu first began with Faith Newman, the daughter she once lost to a "Please subscribe and like the video before continuing" baby switching scheme years ago. Back then, Sharon's heart broke as she discovered her baby had been taken from her, and the scars from that trauma have never truly healed. Now, Faith's been showing signs of reckless independence, staying out late, keeping secrets, and showing the same rebellious streak Sharon once saw in Cassie before her tragic death. When Sharon found an old photo of Cassie and Faith side by side, the resemblance and energy between them triggered a wave of fear. She began having vivid nightmares of losing Faith in an accident, just like Cassie. It's a memory that still haunts her, and she's terrified that history might repeat itself. Noah's situation only amplifies those fears. After returning to Genoa City and trying to rebuild his career and relationships, Noah's been emotionally distant and secretive. Sharon senses he's struggling with something darker beneath the surface, much like when he once ran away years ago after being heartbroken and disillusioned. Sharon's déjà vu deepened when she found a journal of Noah's filled with cryptic sketches and writings about seeing the same mistakes all over again. The entries mirror Sharon's own struggles from her younger years, when she felt trapped in a cycle of loss and confusion. Now, she's terrified that her son is heading down a self-destructive path, one that she knows all too well. But perhaps the most unsettling part of Sharon's journey involves Mariah Copeland. Sharon's bond with her daughter is unique and profound, especially given Mariah's origins as Cassie's twin, a child Sharon never knew existed for years. Lately, Sharon has noticed strange coincidences between Mariah's behavior and Cassie's final months before her death. Mariah's mood swings, her emotional distance, and her recurring references to feeling invisible have hit Sharon hard. The déjà vu is almost unbearable. She feels as though the universe is warning her that another devastating loss may be looming. Friends like Nick Newman and Chance Chancellor have tried to reassure her, suggesting that her fears are natural after all she's endured. But Sharon's intuition, her mother's sixth sense, keeps nagging at her. She can't shake the feeling that something unseen is threatening her family again. Even Ray's death left behind unresolved trauma that seems to resurface whenever Sharon faces uncertainty. The more Sharon dwells on these fears, the more her mind begins to spiral. She starts seeing signs everywhere, repeating numbers, familiar scents, songs from Cassie's childhood that suddenly play on the radio. The déjà vu becomes so intense that Sharon begins to question whether she's losing her grip on reality. Could it be her bipolar disorder resurfacing under stress? Or is fate truly repeating itself? Viewers are divided. Some believe Sharon's fears are rooted in legitimate intuition, while others think she's being psychologically manipulated. With mysterious incidents happening around her cafe, Crimson Lights, Sharon starts to feel like she's being watched. Broken windows, strange noises at night, anonymous messages, each incident only fuels her paranoia. But what if someone is trying to torment her? In a shocking twist that could reshape the Newman family's future, evidence begins to suggest that someone from Sharon's past may be orchestrating these déjà vu moments intentionally. A person who knows her deepest traumas, someone who's studied her pain and wants her to relive it again and again. Could it be Cameron Kirsten's old associate seeking revenge? Or a new enemy obsessed with Sharon's past? Nick becomes increasingly concerned as Sharon's anxiety grows. He steps in to support her, but his own fears start surfacing when he realizes that the pattern of deadly déjà vu doesn't stop with Sharon's children, it extends to her as well. Sharon's been involved in numerous life-threatening situations over the years: car accidents, fires, mental breakdowns, and near-death experiences. Now, those moments seem to be echoing back into her life through her children, as if fate is forcing her to relive her worst nightmares through them. The situation reaches a boiling point when Faith disappears one night after arguing with Sharon. Terrified, Sharon instantly flashes back to Cassie's fatal accident, and the panic nearly overwhelms her. Hours later, Faith is found safe, but shaken, and admits that she's been feeling drawn to revisit places connected to Cassie, like the old bridge where Cassie's life ended. This sends Sharon spiraling further into fear, convinced that some supernatural force or cruel coincidence is repeating history. Meanwhile, Mariah confides in Tessa that Sharon's anxiety is starting to affect the whole family. "It's like she sees ghosts everywhere," Mariah says tearfully. Yet, deep down, Mariah herself, please subscribe and like the video before continuing, admits that she's been feeling strange echoes of her twin, seeing Cassie in her dreams, hearing her voice in the wind. Whether this is psychological or something more mystical remains a mystery, but it adds another eerie layer to Sharon's déjà vu nightmare. The situation escalates when Noah's art gallery catches fire under suspicious circumstances. He escapes unharmed, but the event mirrors a long-ago fire at Sharon's ranch that changed her life forever. As the flames burn, Sharon can't help but see it as another sign, a fiery omen that the cycle of tragedy is closing in. Victor and Nick step in, demanding answers, but Sharon's instincts tell her that this is all connected. Someone, or something, is trying to destroy her family, piece by piece. The final blow comes when Sharon receives an anonymous package containing Cassie's old locket and a note reading, "You couldn't save her. What makes you think you can save them?" The chilling message sends Sharon into an emotional tailspin. Is this a cruel prank, or a calculated move by someone determined to shatter her fragile peace? The mystery surrounding Sharon's fears could mark the beginning of a massive storyline for The Young and the Restless, one blending psychological suspense, emotional trauma, and maternal instinct. Whether this is the work of a stalker, a haunting from the past, or Sharon's own mind playing tricks, fans can expect high drama, shocking twists, and raw emotion. As Sharon struggles to protect her family, she must also face her own demons. Her journey could lead to either healing, or heartbreak. In the end, one thing is certain, Sharon Newman has endured more pain than most, but her love for her children will always be her greatest strength. Even in the face of déjà vu, darkness, and fear, Sharon remains the heart of Genoa City, proving that a mother's instinct never fades, and that some bonds are too powerful to ever be broken. Someone could try to take out Sharon if she gets too close to exposing the real truth. Sharon Newman has been walking a dangerous line in Genoa City, and the walls are beginning to close in. What started as a mother's search for answers has turned into a deadly game of cat and mouse that could cost her everything. The Young and the Restless is about to thrust Sharon into one of her darkest, most suspenseful storylines yet, a chilling mystery where getting too close to the truth could mean losing her life. For months now, Sharon has been plagued by strange coincidences, shadowy warnings, and gut-wrenching déjà vu involving her children. But behind the emotional chaos lies something much more sinister, a tangled web of lies, secrets, and cover-ups stretching far beyond the Newman family. And now, Sharon's relentless curiosity might have put her in the crosshairs of someone who will stop at nothing to keep their secrets buried. It all begins when Sharon stumbles upon a hidden file on Noah's encrypted drive, a file labeled Crimson Project. At first glance, it seems like nothing more than an art portfolio. But as Sharon digs deeper, she discovers coded entries, bank transfers, and emails that hint at something dark, money laundering and fraud disguised as art investments. The deeper Sharon looks, the clearer it becomes. Someone powerful in Genoa City is laundering millions through Noah's art network. Her instincts tell her that Noah isn't involved but that he may have accidentally uncovered the operation before disappearing. The revelation shakes Sharon to her core. She knows this isn't a job for the police, there are too many people in high places who could manipulate the case. Determined to protect her family, Sharon starts investigating on her own. But the moment she begins connecting the dots, strange things start happening. Her phone mysteriously resets. Her car alarm goes off in the middle of the night. And when she opens Crimson Lights one morning, she finds a note taped to the espresso machine: "Stop asking questions." The warning only fuels her determination. Sharon has fought too many battles to be silenced now. She starts confiding in Chance Chancellor, knowing his background in law enforcement might help her uncover the truth. But even Chance warns her that what she's getting into is dangerous. These aren't just white-collar crooks, he tells her gravely. These are people who make problems disappear. Meanwhile, Nick Newman grows increasingly worried. He can see Sharon's stress mounting, the sleepless nights taking a toll. But every time he begs her to back off, she insists she's doing this for their family. Sharon believes Noah's disappearance, the string of eerie déjà vu moments, and the sudden chaos surrounding their children all connect to one thing: someone in Genoa City is orchestrating it all to keep the truth. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Hidden. Then, one night, Sharon's worst fear comes true. Driving home from Crimson Lights, her car suddenly spins out of control. The brakes fail. She crashes into a ditch, narrowly escaping with her life. At the hospital, the mechanic confirms what Sharon already suspects: her brake line was deliberately cut. It was no accident. Someone wants her gone. As news of the attempt spreads, the Newmans close ranks, but Sharon's instincts tell her not to trust anyone outside the family. Victor Newman, ever the patriarch, vows to protect her but insists she step away from the investigation. However, Sharon's resolve hardens: if someone's willing to kill to keep her quiet, then what she's uncovering must be explosive. Soon after, Sharon notices she's being followed. Black SUVs appear in her rearview mirror. Strange figures linger outside her cafe. Late at night, the sound of footsteps echoes outside her home, but when she looks, no one's there. She's being watched, and the tension becomes unbearable. To make matters worse, Sharon starts suspecting someone she once trusted might be involved. Could Adam Newman, with his history of secret dealings and shadowy alliances, know more than he's admitting? Sharon confronts him, but Adam's reaction is cold, even defensive. "You're digging where you shouldn't, Sharon," he warns. "Some truths are meant to stay buried." His words echo in her mind, leaving her torn between believing he's protecting her, or protecting himself. Meanwhile, Mariah and Faith become targets in their own ways. Mariah receives a threatening text message warning her to keep your mother in line, while Faith finds a strange man lurking outside her dorm. Sharon realizes the danger isn't just hers alone: someone is using her family as leverage to silence her. The situation takes an even darker turn when Chance goes missing after following a lead connected to the Crimson Project. His disappearance sends shockwaves through Genoa City and confirms Sharon's worst fears: she's dealing with people powerful enough to eliminate anyone who gets in their way. Desperate, Sharon turns to Nick for help. Together, they piece together clues that lead to a chilling discovery: Victor's old business rival, Ashland Locke, may not be as dead as everyone believed. Could Ashland's empire have secretly survived, operating under new leadership with ties to international crime syndicates? And did Noah accidentally expose their network? The evidence begins to point to a chilling possibility: someone high up in Genoa City, someone Sharon knows, is helping cover it all up. The deeper she digs, the more isolated she becomes. Sharon starts seeing ghosts from her past, from Cameron Kirsten's psychological torment to the manipulations of Ian Ward. She feels history repeating itself, but this time, the danger is real and immediate. When another attempt is made on her life, this time at Crimson Lights, when a gas leak nearly leads to an explosion, Sharon finally realizes that the people targeting her are willing to destroy everything in their path. It's no longer just about silencing her, it's about erasing her entirely. In one heart-stopping scene, Sharon finds a blood-stained photograph of her children left on her doorstep. The message is clear: stop digging or lose them all. But instead of breaking her, it steals her resolve. Sharon's strength has always been born from love and survival. She refuses to bow to fear. With Nick by her side, she sets a trap, using a fake email trail suggesting she's found concrete proof of the Crimson Project's leader. The bait works. Late one night, she catches her stalker, an unassuming figure from within Genoa City's own inner circle, Audra Charles. Audra confesses that she's been working with an anonymous investor to funnel Newman money through Noah's art projects, and when Sharon began sniffing around, her boss ordered her to make Sharon back off by any means necessary. But Audra's revelation raises even more questions. Who is the shadowy figure pulling the strings behind her? Some fans please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Speculate it could be Tucker McCall, others think it's someone more shocking, like Victor himself, cleaning up an old mess. As the truth unravels, Sharon's life remains in grave danger. In a nail-biting finale, she's abducted from her home and held captive by the very organization she's been investigating. Bound and surrounded by the people she's been chasing, Sharon finally comes face to face with their leader, someone who's been hiding in plain sight in Genoa City, manipulating everything from behind the scenes. The confrontation is explosive, revealing the true scope of the Crimson Project and its ties to money laundering, corporate espionage, and blackmail that could topple Newman Enterprises. Just as Sharon's life hangs in the balance, Chance and Nick storm in with backup, rescuing her in a tense showdown that ends with the criminal ring exposed. In the aftermath, Sharon emerges shaken but not broken. She's hailed as a hero, but the trauma leaves her with deep scars and lingering paranoia. She knows how close she came to death, and how easily it could happen again. As The Young and the Restless moves forward, Sharon's storyline could shift into a powerful new arc, one that explores her strength, her resilience, and her enduring will to protect her family no matter what. Yet beneath her calm exterior, she'll always wonder, who else was in on it? And what secrets are still waiting to be unearthed in Genoa City's shadows? Because one thing is certain, someone tried to take her out, and Sharon Newman won't stop until she exposes every last truth, no matter how dangerous it gets. Nick is never far behind when Sharon's in danger. In any situation, you can rest assured that Nick is always close by, ready to spring into action whenever Sharon finds herself in a tough spot. There seems to be a chance for Nick to come to her aid, depending on how events unfold. Sharon's harrowing experience is set to begin on October 31st, which means that Y&R might just be preparing for an exhilarating Halloween cliffhanger. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, we can expect some unsettling news to be revealed soon. So keep an eye out for updates regarding Sharon's future. What is this? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. Come back here often for The Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Nick is never far behind when Sharon's in danger. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. For years, The Young and the Restless has reminded fans that no matter what paths life takes them down, Sharon and Nick Newman share an unbreakable bond. It's a love story that began decades ago in Genoa City and continues to echo through every heartbreak, tragedy, and triumph. And now, as danger circles Sharon once again, the man who has always been her protector, Nick, is never far behind. This time, the stakes couldn't be higher, and their connection might be tested in ways neither could have imagined. The whispers around town suggest that Sharon's life could be in real peril, and fans can't shake the feeling that Nick will once again be called to step in, ready to save the woman who has always held a piece of his heart. Sharon's world has been unraveling for weeks. What started as small, unsettling coincidences, a misplaced item here, a strange phone call there, has turned into a chilling pattern of harassment. Sharon's intuition has always been sharp, and she knows when something is off. The shadows she feels watching her, the eerie sense that someone's following her, it's more than paranoia. Someone is out there, and their motives may tie back to a dark chapter from her past. Sharon's been through more than her fair share of torment, stalkers, breakdowns, and heartache, but this feels different. This danger feels personal. Nick, on the other hand, has sensed something was wrong for weeks. He knows Sharon better than anyone. Even when she insists she's fine, Nick can read her eyes, her tone, the way her hands fidget when she's anxious. He's seen this side of her before, the quiet bravery, the attempt to stay strong for her children, the denial that she's in over her head. He can't just sit back. Not now. Not when the woman who once defined his world could be facing something truly terrifying. Their shared history runs deep. From young love to co-parenting and every heartbreak in between, Sharon and Nick have always been drawn back together in times of crisis. When Cassie died, Nick was her anchor. When Sharon's bipolar disorder sent her spiraling, Nick refused to abandon her. Even when they weren't romantically involved, Nick has always been her safe place, her rescuer when the world fell apart. That loyalty doesn't just vanish, and when Sharon is in danger, instinct takes over. Fans remember the times Nick risked his own safety for Sharon. When Cameron Kirsten reappeared from the grave, haunting Sharon's memories and threatening her sanity, Nick was there, putting himself between her and a man who once terrorized her. Now, it feels like history might be repeating itself. Rumors suggest Sharon's new threat could tie back to Cameron's old associates, or perhaps someone who blames her for his death. It's no coincidence that strange occurrences began not long after Sharon decided to rebuild Crimson Light's outdoor area, the very place Cameron's crimes once cast a shadow. Could someone be using those memories to torment her all over again? Nick isn't about to take chances. He's already enlisted help behind the scenes, talking to Chance Chancellor, quietly keeping an eye on Sharon's property, and checking in with Faith. But even as he plays it cool, those who know Nick can see the storm brewing inside him. He's protective to a fault when it comes to Sharon, and if someone dares threaten her peace, Nick's going to find out who. Meanwhile, Sharon's trying to stay rational. She's built her independence, rebuilt her self-esteem, and doesn't want to rely on anyone to keep her safe. She's strong, but she's also human, and as the danger grows closer, that confidence starts to waver. Late-night noises outside her home, an unfamiliar car parked across the street, even unsettling text messages, all are chipping away at her sense of safety. And then there's that one note she found tucked under her door, "You can't escape the past." Sharon's heart nearly stopped when she read it. That's when she called Nick. The moment he arrived at her door, it was like time folded in on itself. Their chemistry was still there, the unspoken understanding, the silent comfort. He didn't need her to explain. One look at her trembling hands told him everything. He vowed right then he wouldn't let anything happen to her. And that promise could put him in the line of fire. As Nick digs deeper, he discovers clues that suggest Sharon's stalker isn't just a random stranger. Someone has been tracking her movements, hacking her security cameras, even monitoring Crimson Lights. The precision suggests a mind both intelligent and obsessed. And when Nick starts connecting the dots, one terrifying possibility emerges: Sharon's stalker may be someone from her own past, someone she once trusted. Could this be tied to Noah's recent disappearance overseas? Sharon's already been worrying about her son, who hasn't been returning her calls. The timing feels too coincidental. Could whoever's threatening her be using Noah as leverage? The possibility sends chills down Nick's spine. He's not just protecting "Please subscribe and like the video before continuing" Sharon anymore, he's protecting their family. As the tension builds, even those closest to Sharon begin to notice changes. Mariah grows concerned when her mother starts jumping at every sound. Faith calls Nick in tears after Sharon forgets a scheduled call, fearing her mom's breaking down again. But this isn't a breakdown, it's a breaking point. Sharon's starting to realize she's being hunted, and Nick's the only one who truly believes her. In a chilling twist, the stalker could be someone using Sharon's past trauma as a weapon. Perhaps a figure connected to Ray's death, or even someone who believes Sharon wronged them during her years of instability. Every moment she tries to move on, her past refuses to let her go. And now, Nick's vow to protect her may come at a deadly cost. The emotional stakes couldn't be higher. Fans are bracing for scenes that will harken back to classic chic, that raw, emotional connection that defined Y&R's golden years. Picture Nick showing up late at night, demanding to stay until the danger is over. Sharon tries to argue, to insist she's fine, but the fear in her eyes betrays her. When she breaks down, Nick pulls her close, whispering that he'll never let anything happen to her again. It's that kind of intimacy, unspoken yet undeniable, that could reignite something between them. But danger has a way of complicating emotions. While Nick's feelings for Sharon deepen, Sally Spectra might sense she's losing him again. The bond between Sharon and Nick has always been a sore spot for Nick's other relationships, and this situation could drive another wedge between him and Sally. Meanwhile, Victor might step in, concerned that Nick's focus on Sharon could put Newman Enterprises at risk. And if the stalker is indeed connected to Sharon's past with Cameron Kirsten, Victor's protective instincts for his family could reignite a dangerous Newman-style vendetta. In upcoming weeks, fans might see Nick racing against time to find Sharon's stalker before tragedy strikes. The clues will build, secrets will unravel, and Sharon's resolve will be tested. And when the truth finally surfaces, it could lead to a shocking revelation, one that redefines Sharon's entire world and possibly pulls Nick into a new era of chaos and passion. Through it all, one thing remains constant: Nick's heart has never stopped beating for Sharon. No matter how far apart they drift, no matter how many other loves they pursue, when Sharon's in danger, Nick's instincts take over. He's her shield, her warrior, her forever protector. And in Genoa City, that kind of devotion never goes unnoticed. As this storyline unfolds, fans can expect emotional flashbacks, late-night confrontations, and scenes that remind everyone why Sharon and Nick are Y&R royalty. There's talk that this arc will set up one of the biggest romantic revivals in years, a true, chic renaissance. But to get there, they'll have to survive the storm first. In the end, Sharon may uncover a truth more dangerous than she ever imagined. And when that moment comes, it won't just be about survival, it'll be about rediscovering who she really is. Through every nightmare, Nick will be right there beside her. Because for Nick Newman, protecting Sharon isn't just a promise, it's who he is. And as history has shown time and time again, he's never far behind when the woman he loves is in danger. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing.